DC welcomes this historic summit and leaders from all across the globe. I spoke with Dr. MICHELE Goodwin, professor of constitutional law and global policy expert at Georgetown University. Here's what she thinks will be some of the main topics of focus.
One key issue will be the wars that are taking place around the world, that which is taking shape in Gaza and also in Ukraine, and also the coming together as an alliance in order to protect Ukraine through providing support and resources. Ukraine will be high on the agenda. Gaza will not escape the agenda, even though it's an issue that has been very touchy for the United States and for President Biden. Increasingly important to global discourse is also two things. One, immigration, and how will these nations address patterns of immigration? The other thing that we see more coming to the table are the concerns of women.
Dr. Goodwin also took a look back 75 years ago. In April of 1949, the treaty was signed here in Washington, D.C. She says it's important to remember the circumstances and the context that NATO was created under.
There is this sense 75 years ago about the importance of collaboration, cooperation between countries, this effort and interest in using diplomacy rather than the tools of war, which are bombs and ammunition, but instead, how can nations come together in order to forge a more peaceful coexistence? Look at this as a period in which global leaders are thinking about how to prevent another world war and catastrophe. And that's really the legacy that we see coming out of that period of time 75 years ago.
We'll have more from Dr. Goodwin's interview coming up later in the show. Why she says there was concern from global leaders about a potential second Trump administration and what that could all mean for NATO.